So Amber's making the bed. The entire boat is a mess. So real soon we'll be tearing this carpet, all of that out of here and putting some different carpet tile on. But what I'm doing right now, as you can see, we got a disastrous mess all over our boat, but don't show everybody the mess. They understand. Okay, so what I've got going, this is a 3870 Bayliner, 1984 3870 Bayliner. And this is the chain locker situation. And as you can see, it's very short from here to here. And there's not much room. And the chain piles up and causes a problem. So I am going to change that. And I've drilled a hole in this forward bulkhead. And there is, can you hand me a flashlight, hon? Some room inside here for the chain locker. Let's see if I can sneak this camera in here and show you what's going on. So this is the whole of the boat, and there is room for a chain locker that will keep the chain a lot longer. I know it's very hard to see. It's very hard to get in there. So we're going to cut a hole in that up there under where this chain goes, and I'll likely put a piece of PVC pipe between this floor and that hole, and it'll guide that chain just a little bit forward there in the new chain locker. That will leave this whole entire space here open, other than just a piece of PVC in here. Create a little bit of storage space up here, but mainly the idea is to get that chain to fall down farther and to pile into a better pile than what we have going now. First thing we got to do is get all that chain out of there and then figure out where we're going to drill the hole for the chain to go down in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from here to that bulkhead, and I'll make me a mark in here from here to that bulkhead so I know how far forward I can drill the hole. .20.5 inches. So I'll go 21 inches for the thickness of the plywood. As you can see, there's not much room in here. So now I'm going to attempt to drill a hole right here. So that turned out much better and much easier than I thought it was going to. So now we have 200 foot of chain in the chain locker. We have this, I don't know if you can see this or not, but we have this nice long clear from there all the way to the bottom of there, pulling on that chain, weighing that chain so that it doesn't pile up and get in the way anymore. And we have this whole spot here for some storage, probably of extra anchor line is what I'll probably put up there. This project turned out very well. If I find that it hangs up a little bit on that hole or anything like that, I'll put a piece of PVC pipe from that hole up a little bit to give it something to slide on a little, but I don't think that's gonna take. I will put a access panel here, and then Amber is going to make a piece of cork for this headboard, because this of course is in the V-berth, and the top of that bed will be covered with cork, and this boat job will be complete. After looking at it, I decided to go ahead and put PVC from this hole up. I was worried about water intrusion into the plywood around that hole, and I just thought that this would finish it out a lot better and keep that compartment drier. It'd just be a lot better finish on this project. So what I've got going is I drilled a hole in that anchor hold with this hole saw, and I need something to seal in there because it's fiberglass over plywood, and I need something to seal in there that the chain will go through. Well, this pipe, I believe, will go through there. So we'll work on getting that through there and see how that works. If I need to add another piece like here so the chain can go down through here and slide down through that PVC and into the chain locker, that's what we'll do. We'll see how it goes. Okay, what I'm going to try to do here is hole saw and just make that hole a little bit bigger. Oh, look at there, perfect. So what I got here is a whole bunch of line that was stored underneath this bed. And I don't really like it stored there, so it's going to move up into this locker. Probably won't be able to see that. It runs over this chain gypsy. And at the end of that, and I've got that red tag so I'll be able to tell when I'm close. I can pull that line up through there, and then I can run out another 100 foot of line, even though I might have to run this out by hand or run it out on the deck and use the spool. Coming out, it'll be fine. Just going back in, it might be a problem. This gypsy is not made to hang on to rope or line. So I'll be able to run that line out, get it back in, and get the chain down there a ways. It's a little bit of a pain, but most of the time you would just be using the chain. You'd never go any farther than the red zip tie there. But if you needed to be, you'd have an extra 100 foot of line. Okay, what I'm going to do now, not sure if you can see that or not, but I got that piece of PVC in that hole, and I'm going to mark around the outside of it so that I can tell where my sealant goes, where I got to get my sealant on, because I got it kind of positioned where I want it. And take that out of there, and that'll give me a spot to make sure that I have good sealant, and I'll also make sure that there's good sealant around the hole so that I can seal that up so that water doesn't get in to that part without fiberglass on that wood. It's not going to be real fun to get that around there. can't really see what's going on, so this is my poison. Just going to smear that around there until it feels like I've got that all coated with that silicone. I'm going to put that in there, mark it down. This is my hole where my chain goes, so I'm going to clock that just a little bit. Tomorrow I can run all that in there and we'll have that boat job done. And now all we got to do is feed all this rope down in that hole. Going okay? There we go. All done. This project was important to Amber and I because we spend a lot of time on anchor. This really made anchoring a lot easier. One other thing that I did to improve the anchoring on the boat is I ran switches to the flybridge so that I can have a good eye on Amber, or she can have an eye on me while we're anchoring, and we can actually run the windlass from there and be able to see. Often we can run that windlass and somebody doesn't even have to be on the bow, unless of course the anchor chain is all dirty and needs washed off on the way in. I hope this video helps somebody out. I know that the anchor locker on these 3888, 3870, 3818 Bayliners were not deep enough so that you could use a chain. The chain would pile up and it was a real pain. And we now have 200 foot of chain, another 100 foot of line road on the end of that, and another 200 foot of line stowed in the boat. So we have plenty of road to anchor in just about any situation. Amber and I feel like this was very worth doing and made the anchoring very much easier. Thank you very much for watching our video. Hope this helps somebody out, and we'll catch you all on the next video. Thank you for watching.
Life was waiting just beyond the door.